Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed review video of the Nike Air Command Force that you can see up front left, and wanted to have a couple other pairs for comparative purposes out here for you guys. Also, there will be an on-foot section at the end of the video, so if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And this is kind of for the older sneaker people out there, and then maybe the younger ones, maybe if you guys just wanted to know a little bit more about these sneakers. I'm not an expert by any means on these. In fact, it's quite fuzzy. And when it comes to thinking about this era of sneakers and remembering back when these ones came out, I was in like 7th or 8th grade. So like back then, just trying to remember what you know now and try to remember that like 20 years later and getting old and stuff. Like it's difficult to remember all of that stuff. And the internet's not very helpful actually nowadays because it's so cluttered with stuff. When you look up the Command Force, all you see is release information on the newest version. But so finding the history is difficult. So if you guys know some more additional history that I'm not covering, please leave a comment with anything, corrections or whatever. One of which I will mention, and that is these right here, because in my unboxing video that I did, I believe of these ones were like what I thought were the Wesley Snipes sneakers in White Man Can't Jump. But it turns out that this actually is not the pair that he wore in the video. In the movie. If you guys haven't seen the movie White Man Can't Jump, I'd go check it out. This is the pair right here on the left that Wesley Snipes actually ended up wearing right there. And you can see it's all white and it has orange on the back of the tongue. It looks like it has a black sole, and then there's actually some coloring on the back of the shoe. So just throwing that out there for you guys. I did not know. I thought these ones were the ones. They're the ones that were being promoted as the ones that were from the movie, but they're in fact not really the ones. Now, unless there's a pair of these in the backdrop or something like that in the movie, and I need to go back and rewatch the movie to be quite honest. That's what one of my like to-do list things is to do here. But it's not the exact pair, which is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, I'm just really happy that they retro these because I loved the sole, the midsole on this sneaker. I really thought these were so fresh back in the day. So I'm really, really happy to actually get a pair in my possession finally. And also something I wanted to mention is from the picture that I showed you guys in one of the previous videos. It had the Flight Lites, the Command Forces, and then the Air Jordan 6s. So this came from the era of the Air Jordan 6, for those that were kind of wondering. So it's kind of fun. Like, if you like that Air Jordan 6 model, and you like kind of different flavors from that, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there, man. And it's really cool that they're releasing some of these sneakers like this that are they were popular back then, but it's definitely more obscure in today's sneaker culture. But with the Kobe 9 being such a high top, this is like a great nod to kind of these super duper high top sneakers. Anyway, this is just a crazy, crazy sneaker that I'm really happy to have finally in my possession. I will stand corrected on one more thing. The one that I really, really wanted out of the Nike pumps, this is one of them, but the one I really wanted was actually the Nike Pump 180. So the Air Force 180. And just to show you guys what it looks like, that's the one that I really, really want. And the emerald colorway with the pump, and I believe that's the release on the Air on the side, and then the 180 airbag on the bottom is really the key for me. That was one of the ones that I really just wanted since back in the day, and it was the one with the 180 Air on the bottom. This is the Emerald from 2012 colorway, and these ones hit outlets for $60 or something like that. I remember doing videos on these. I should have doubled up on these when I got a chance. It's just a fun sneaker that I love. The color, just the nod to the original colorway of the Emerald. And the Emerald ones, they do have the Command Force ones, but I believe that they're like limited to only 50 pairs, and I don't know when and if those will ever actually release. But these things are pretty fresh. I still like the fact that they came out with these, but they came out with a bunch of random colorways that I don't think people really appreciated. There's just not that big of a market for them. The original colorways is, I think, what people usually are kind of after, at least in my opinion. But I mean, that's kind of my personal opinion. The other thing that's kind of weird is the 180 Air on the bottom of this is different than the originals. It's like smaller. The original one had more of like an air pocket feel to them. And segueing into the Command Force, what I wanted to mention about that is I'm curious if the reason why they came out with this one back in the day in 2012 was because of patent issues. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but like it would make sense if 20 years later they're able to actually use the pump back on the shoe, because I heard that they came up with that one right there because of the patent issues on the pump, and so we would never see a Nike pump. But I think patents have a 20-year lifespan, and so that is why we're able to actually get the pump right here on the shoe, and why we're able to actually have or I'm able to actually have these in hand right now. So it makes sense. If I've been waiting for 20 years for these shoes to return, it's because they had patents that they couldn't return them, or couldn't bring back the shoe with, I guess, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, but I'm not 100% sure on the history on that. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those things that's like really difficult for people to get solid information from Nike on, because it's not something that's typically shared. But yeah, that is the pump, and it does actually pump up. It doesn't seem to do a very good job. It seems to be more for fun than anything. It actually pumps up and fills up the back area right here of the shoe. So for those that were wondering. Anyway, this is known from the movie as the Billy Hoyles, because Billy Hoyle, Woody Harrelson in the White Man Can't Jump movie, was wearing these sneakers. And it's just kind of a fun little nod to the original colorway that's came out back then. Now, one thing I will show you guys also, this is the Nike Force Lows that I ended up buying off of eBay for like $100 or something like that. It is a super weird random buy, but you can see right here the collar of these. If it focuses, maybe I touched the screen, so it won't autofocus now. The collar is kind of crazy. It's like kind of furry. I mentioned that in my other video when I did the kind of boxing of these right here, and then you can also tell the speckles and stuff are a little bit, or the paint is kind of interesting. And then just do a comparison between that and this one. You can see that they stuck true to the original collar, and I really dig that, because they didn't do that in well, actually I don't know, never mind. I disregard that, because the 180s didn't have that. Just these ones did, the regular Command Force. So kind of cool that they actually did that. It's fun kind of unraveling some of this history, even for my own sake, because I just don't have that good of a memory, and looking back to see some of these things is just kind of crazy. I'll do one more little side-by-side comparison thing right here of the paint. I mean, it's pretty good. It's obviously there's more paint on the lows than there is on the highs right there. But I don't know. What do you guys think about these things? The on foot section will be towards the end, I guess, right now of the video, if you guys want to check it out. But it's definitely just one of those pairs that's just crazy for myself. I'm not really into the super duper high tops, and I don't know. I mean, I would probably wear these with jeans that would go over top of the whole entire thing. So I wore joggers for you guys, so you guys can appreciate them, I guess, a little bit more. But with the Kobe's 9s being high tops, the Air Mags being like high tops and stuff, and then obviously these ones are like the ultra high tops. I'm curious if Nike will ever do any more similar to that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Do appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys for some more sneaker vids soon. Check the description if you're watching this video like a week later. I will have a link to the actual sneaker if they become available on any sites that I can find them on. I'll actually just put a link in the description if you guys are interested in that, and we'll catch you guys for some more videos later. Peace, guys.